Zone at 91.3 presents The B-Side.
What's on the B-side today, my man?
Well, we're going to talk about another local startup, and this one is called Rocket Fan. It was started by a guy named Marcelo. And Marcelo used to work at Trafford Publishing and then the Friesen Press, which are sort of an online self-publishing services that were started here in Victoria. And then he went out on his own and started working on music streaming. And as you know, this is huge right now, right? Apple buying up Beats to try and bring that together, and then Tidal being launched by Jay-Z to mixed reviews.
Oh, is that still out?
Yeah, it still exists.
Wow.
Well, in my opinion, I think Jay-Z totally set that up to get all those artists together so they could get a good package buyout. So I believe Tidal the entire time was just set up. So he got it for $56 million, I think is what it took to get it going. I think he's just waiting for somebody to come along and say, okay, wait, you have what inventory of artists? Yeah, okay, we'll give you more than $56 million.
Right.
And he'll prove himself once again a very shrewd businessman. I can't imagine Tidal's going to make it, but
right.
I've said that about other things that didn't make it. But
Have
anyways,
you tried that service?
No. You know what? I'm not a big on any of the paid streaming services myself. I buy my music. I'm pretty adamant about that. And I found like when Pandora first came out, which has got to be now 8 years ago, when you could first get Pandora, and then they just stopped being able to have it in Canada. Right, so I stopped using that one, and we use songs in our office sometimes to stream, but we usually actually stream the Zone directly through the speakers there, and don't worry about it. But,
of course,
smart man right there. Yeah. See, threw that last answer in real nicely.
Yeah. So I've tried some of them, but I don't use them a lot, and the reason I don't is one, there's so many rules that those streaming services have that because of the artist deals that they have or the label deals they have, like you can only skip so many songs an hour, you can't go back. You can't stream from all around the world. Like in Canada, we get different streams than they get in the U.S. And so it's just all these limitations that just don't work for me. So Marcelo saw this as an opportunity. And do you know what? I think I've told you guys this before. The second most used search engine in the world is YouTube behind Google, which is why Google bought it. And YouTube is where artists now make a lot of money because their videos get enough views and plays, and they start getting Google AdWords working on that, and then they start getting revenue. So he was looking at that, and he said, well, what if we used YouTube with their existing inventory library of music and made it streamable? So he built a front end where you go in with your account and you say, you can pick how you want to do it. You can say, by mood or by genre. So you can be like, I'm going to work out. And then you can get sort of a sub area of like, I want to listen to rock. And then it'll be, do you want to listen to like hardcore rock, or do you want to listen to alternative rock? And then it immediately, within 5 seconds, presents you a 3-hour stream where you can watch the videos, but you don't have to. You can just have it playing in the background. You can skip as much as you want. And in the meantime, Rocket Fan's learning, right? So it's learning what people like and what they skip and, like other streaming services. But even better, like if you click, there's a globe is one of the things you can click on. So there's like 9 boxes. And the bottom right is a globe, and it's world music. You can hear things like Sugar Man. Remember the movie Finding Sugar Man?
Yeah, of course,
that guy would have been still famous if this had have existed 30 years ago, because you can find the music that people are listening to all around the world. So you can target, like, I want to hear, what are they listening to in Zimbabwe right now? And so you can get all this different world music. And so it's built right here in town. It's good for the artists because it's going to drive up their views. So they're going to get more revenue from the plays on YouTube. It's good for the listener because it's free. And you don't have to worry about all the restrictions. You can listen to stuff all around. So I think it's a better discovery service because there's no real limitations on it.
It sounds really cool.
Yeah, it really does.
Cool.
It's just crazy to think all of these innovative things coming out of Victoria.
I go on about this all the time. Victoria attracts entrepreneurs because you decide where you want to live, and then you find a way to make a living, which is what an entrepreneur does. If you choose where I came from, Toronto, you chose a living. You're going to make big bucks working for that law firm, and then you're going to spend all of that money trying to make a life, which will not compare to what you would be doing here if you were an entrepreneur in Victoria.
It's so cool. I think almost we should have like a weekly feature about it.
Yeah, we should. Maybe we could call it the B-side.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, okay? What's the website?
Always check thebside.com.
Very cool. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.